Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to form an LLC in the state of Wisconsin. So we'll be covering these 7 steps in detail, but I do want to say it is pretty complicated and it is hard to stay in compliance. That's basically just why we recommend using Northwest to do all this for you. And yeah, later on in this video at this exact time code, I'll show you how to use their platform to set up an LLC in just a few minutes. It's basically what we recommend to all our friends since it's so affordable and easy to use. And yeah, if you guys use our link, not only will you get an exclusive discount, we'll also be helping to support the channel with a small referral fee. And yeah, it helps keep free videos like this possible. So thank you so much in advance. Okay, so let's start with step number 1, which is to name your LLC. The first thing we want to do is make sure that our name is available in our state. So what you can do is conduct a state name search. We'll have a link down below. And something else you may want to make sure of is that there is an available domain name. So if you're trying to build a business with a website, check to see if that URL is available. There are a bunch of naming guidelines and rules, so you want to make sure that your name is compliant, and you can learn more at the link down below. Okay, step 2 is to file your Wisconsin LLC Articles of Organization. So this is going to be filed with the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions site, and the filing fee is $130 currently. There are a couple different ways to actually submit your documents. So you guys can do it online, you can mail it, or you can deliver it in person. Personally, we recommend just doing it online. While you're filing Articles of Organization, you will need to decide your management structure. So is your LLC going to be member managed, or is it going to be manager managed? Now, most of you guys watching this video, it's going to be member managed. That basically means that you as a member are managing your own LLC. But if you want to hire an outside party to manage this for you, you can do that as well. But yeah, 99% of you guys probably will choose member managed. Step 3 is to create your LLC operating agreement. Now, this is not required in Wisconsin, but it is highly recommended. An operating agreement is basically a legal document that outlines the ownership and operating procedures of your LLC. So basically, it's like the rules and guideline book for your company, and it minimizes future conflicts. It's going to include things like the organization structure, the management and voting structure, capital contributions, distribution rules, membership changes, and dissolution rules. Obviously, it is quite hard to write this. That's why we just recommend using Northwest. Step 4 is to obtain your EIN. And this is also known as your federal tax identification number. You can sort of think of it as like a social security number for your business. And what this does is it allows the IRS to identify and keep track of your business's tax status. It's also required to open up a business bank account, hire employees, as well as file your taxes. So the EIN, it can be provided free of charge. It's pretty simple to do, and you guys can apply for it online or by mail. Step 5 is to hire a registered agent. So this is basically a person or a business that's responsible for sending and receiving important legal documents on your behalf, such as tax forms, lawsuits, government correspondence forms, stuff like that. They must be a full-time resident of Wisconsin, and it can be yourself, it can be an employee, or it can be a registered agent service, which is what most people choose. The reason why you don't want to be your own registered agent is because this information is available on the public domain, and most people, they don't want their address, their name, their information all online. Plus, you technically need to be available all the time. And so that's why it's just way smarter to use a registered agent service. That's what most people do. A service like this usually costs between $100 to $150 per year. But if you guys use Northwest, they actually give it to you for free for the first year. So it can save you a lot of money. And there are some steps you guys need to take after forming your LLC. But right now, I'm going to show you guys how exactly you guys can use Northwest to file your LLC for you in just a few minutes. There's going to be a link down below, and I really encourage you guys to just follow along and make sure you guys use that link because you'll get that special promo pricing. Okay, so if you guys click on that link down below, it's going to take you to the special landing page where you guys can take advantage of their $39 business formation service. Again, I highly recommend just using this. It's going to make sure that you are doing everything correctly. So what we're going to do is click get started right here. We're going to select our business type. So we're going to do an LLC, and then we'll select our state right here. So Wisconsin. Now you'll see 3 different options for the filing times. These are fees that you'd have to pay anyways, no matter how you create your LLC. So the faster you need it, the more expensive it's going to be, but we'll just go with the standard time for now. This is usually processed in about 5 days. If you want Northwest to file your BOI report for you, you guys can leave this selected. I do recommend doing this because it's super cheap and you definitely don't want to forget this. So we'll click continue. Now we're going to enter in our company details. So we'll put a business name. Let's go with Charlie Contractors LLC. You guys can send a copy of lawsuits and legal notices to your attorney if you want. I'll select no for now. You guys can either choose a generic business purpose or you can write your own purpose here. It does not need to be too complicated. And then you'll select your physical address you want on record with the state. I recommend using the registered agent address that comes with the service, and same thing for the mailing address. So we'll click continue. Now we're going to select our management type. So for most of you guys watching this video, it's going to be member managed since you, the business owner, are managing your company. We'll put our name right here. If there are other members, you'll click add member right here, but it's just me. So we'll click continue. Now I'll enter in our contact details. After that, we'll click continue. Now Now we're gonna create our account, so we'll put our email address. We'll now click continue. You guys can choose whether or not you want to include the business identity service. There is a free 90-day trial, but just for the sake of this video, I'll uncheck it and we'll click continue. Now it's gonna have a bunch of different optional items for you to select if you want. For example, here is the tax ID, the EIN number. You guys can have Northwest do this for you. It does cost $50 if you have a social security number, but you guys can just do this on your own. It's extremely easy. You guys can also have them file form 2553 for an S-Corp election. That's $50. But just for now, I'm not gonna select any of those. We'll click continue. And now we're gonna enter in our payment information. So after you do that, you'll click done and you're pretty much done. They're gonna handle everything for you and just make your life a lot easier. And again, this $130 fee right here is something that you'd have to pay anyways, even if you're doing this yourself. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so after forming your LLC, it's all about compliance. There are a bunch of federal, state, and government regulations that you guys need to be aware of. So I recommend you guys look into any business licenses and permits you may need. And this is really going to vary from state to state. We're not going to talk about in this video too much, but just know that they may be required. If you guys are selling things, you may need a seller's permit. This actually allows you to collect sales tax. And then for some industries and professions, you may be required to obtain additional licenses or permits. Again, I'm not going to go into this too much, but just recommend look into this, make sure you are compliant. And if you're a first-time entrepreneur, you can consider having a professional service actually do this for you. Now, another really important thing is that you must file your Wisconsin LLC annual report or renewal form. So this is filed with the state and it can be done online or by mail. It costs $25. And the deadline actually depends on the business type and registration date. For example, if you have a foreign entity, you must file by March 31st. And depending on when you actually form your LLC, the annual report will be due on a specific date. So for example, let's say you form your LLC in February, that would mean that your annual report is due March 31st. Now there's no late fee if you miss your filing deadline, but you definitely don't want to miss this because it could result in an automatic dissolution after a period of 1 year. And then finally, there are some big steps you guys can take after forming your LLC. This includes opening up a business bank account, which is very, very important. You definitely do want to separate your personal assets from your business assets. That pretty much is the whole point of you opening up an LLC in the first place. You guys can check our link down below to see some of our favorite business bank accounts that are free to set up. After that, you may want a business credit card, which I definitely recommend. One, it helps you keep business expenses separate, but also you do get cash back, which is really, really great. You guys can probably travel for free, take advantage of some of these really big welcome bonuses, and it does help you build business credit as well. So yeah, to check out some of our favorite business credit cards, you guys can use our link down below and basically do your research and see our comparisons between them. And third, you do want to hire an accountant, okay? So this does help you save money on taxes. It's gonna help you avoid penalties and fines. And yeah, for most people, I just don't recommend doing your own taxes. Hire a professional to help you. They can even help you decide whether or not you want to elect your LLC to be taxed as an S-Corp. This can save you a good amount of money in some cases. In terms of tax filing requirements, there are a bunch. One, if you have a seller's permit, you definitely need to file that. There also may be employer taxes depending on whether or not you have employees, but a good payroll software can basically do all this stuff for you. So we just recommend using something like ADP or Gusto. You guys can check them out down below. And then in terms of actual filing your taxes, this is going to be done on Form 1065 for partnership returns or Form 1040 Schedule C for most single member LLCs, which is going to be most of you guys watching this video. And then starting in 2024, there are some new guidelines. So most small entities like single member LLCs must submit online reports to the government disclosing their beneficial owners. So this is called the BOI report. If you create your LLC in the past, then you have until January 1st, 2025 to do this. But if your entity is formed in 2024, it must be done within 90 days of creation. There are a bunch of rules saying who needs to and who does not need to file this report. I'm not going to go into this too much on this video, but just know that this is a very important thing you guys must file. So I encourage you guys to do your own research after forming your LLC because there can be some pretty big penalties for non-compliance. Again, I know I went through those slides really fast, but you guys can pause the video if you want to read them. It would just take me too long to go through them in this video. And yeah, the main purpose of this video is to teach you guys how to actually set up your LLC. So yeah, that's basically how you can set up your LLC in the state of Wisconsin. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this video. Again, all the links to the resources, including Northwest, are going to be down below in the description. I do want to say good luck on your business. Entrepreneurship is one of the most amazing things you guys can do. And yeah, I do want to say good luck. Make sure to give this video a like or subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. This whole channel is dedicated to helping you start and grow your own business. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.